My heart is my
What up, YouTube? Cam That Guy here. I'm back once again with another YouTube video, man. Alright, man. So in this YouTube video, as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, it is the reason why I cut my dreads, right? Now this is a life-changing experience. Like cutting my dreads was deep and it had a lot of reasons behind it, right? So I'm about to get into detail on the reason why I cut my dreads, this, then, the third. So let's start off by the reason why I even got dreads. The reason why I got dreads, for one, I've been rocking even all over, the even all over hairstyle like this damn near my whole life. Like I had that all the way up until about 15, right? Once I turned 15, I started growing the afro. I had a picked out afro, right? Then after a while, I went to the sponge look, right? Like the nappy look, like with with the little spikes and shit. I had that shit for a while, and I was doing it more and more. And I turned into freeform dreads. And I eventually got dreads. These were my first set of dreads, right? Now I actually like this style. You know what I'm saying? Like, personally, I think I look best with the even all over beard, all that shit. Like I look like an adult. I look grown, I look handsome, like I think I look good like this. Like I feel like me with the spiky hair and shit, I was a little chopped, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you, man. I mean, I wouldn't say I was chopped, but you know what I mean? It's like, that was a popular hairstyle back in my day. You know what I'm saying? Back in my day, the nappy hair, like around 2016, 15, 17, 18, that was a real popular hairstyle to have, was just nappy hair with a temp fade. That was popular around that time period, right? So that's why I was rocking that, and I'm getting dreads and shit. Then I cut my dreads with to even all over, and then I regrew my hair into thicker dreads. I had thin dreads, like some people that probably didn't know about me around this time probably don't know this, but my dreads were much thinner than in recent memory, right? Pretty much everybody has seen me with my, normal size dreads, right? But the first set of dreads I had were much thinner, right? I won't say much thinner, but they was thinner. It was cool and shit. I would get retwists and shit, this, that, and the third. Hair was getting long and shit. I think my first set of dreads, my hair was about like right here. It was about like to right here. My first set of dreads. Now my second set of dreads, hair was to down here, you know what I'm saying? I had long ass dreads, right? Yeah, my first set of dreads, they was only about this long, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, you know what I mean? And I think it was cool, but looking back on it, like, I was low-key chopped with that hairstyle, you know what I'm saying? I was even more chopped with the dreads. Like with that, when I had the thin dreads, I was a little bit more chopped and shit, right? But the reason why I cut my first set of dreads was simply because I at this time I was just like, you know what, I want a new look. You know what I'm saying? I want a new look. I want to do something different. You know what I mean? I just want to do that. But then as soon as I cut my dreads, I regretted it, right? So that's why I started growing my hair back. I said, man, I regret cutting my dreads. Let me grow it back. So I grew my dreads back, and once I got my dreads back, I was doing styles, right? I was doing styles. 2-strand twists and cornrows were the only two styles I really got. And sometimes I'll get a regular retwist, right? And that was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like when I first got a retwist and shit, but I ain't gonna lie, like I was good. Like I was handsome and shit. Like I was some fine shit. Like when I would first get a retwist, nigga be looking scrumptious, you know what I mean? Like I was a handsome man. Like when I first get a retwist, I be looking good and shit. But when that shit wear off and then when my hair is just regular, I look kind of chopped. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is and shit, you know what I mean? So it's kind of like, in my opinion, right, I'm rating myself. I'm judging my own looks, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, some people on the outside looking in probably, I know I'm a good looking guy, but I'm being a little hard on myself, but just being honest, like, without the retwist, just me with normal dreads, I ain't really all that, you know what I mean? But look, that's what ended up happening, right? So I was doing that and shit. Then there was a point in time I just stopped getting retwists, you know what I'm saying? I stopped getting retwists because I ain't gonna lie, I would pay I would get a retwist every like 2 to 3 weeks. I was really burning a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? I was burning a lot of money around this time, so it was real important for me to work. You know what I'm saying? And as soon as I lost my job, I stopped paying for retwists type shit. You know what I mean? Because like the retwists, I would pay around 150 to 170 for a 2-strand twist. You know what I mean? Which is kind of high. You know what I'm saying? 2-strand twist at most should be about like 110, 120, 100. Like around the low 100 mark. You pay mid or high 100s, you getting scammed. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's just me being honest. You know what I mean? Unless you go into like a professional booker shop that is actually like does this, like, you know what I mean? But, you know, if you just go into kind of like a casualty, somebody that don't really like have a shop but has like clients and shit, if you pay them more than like 120, you get a scam. Like a retwist should be like 80 to 90, $100, 110 max. You know what I'm saying? It should not be that high. You know what I mean? But nigga, I paid like 170 for a retwist before. And granted, it was the best retwist I ever got in my life. Like it was worth the money because it was the best retwist. I'm talking about like it looked really fucking good. Like there was no frizz, none of that shit. Like you couldn't see not one hair sticking up from the retwist. Like the parting was superb. Like the parting was nice and crispy. It looked really good. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, 170, that's a little too much. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it took like 2 to 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? Like I know somebody who could do it faster. You know what I'm saying? And it's cheaper. And they look damn near identical. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, right? But anyway, I was doing that and shit, then I stopped. Then, you know what I'm saying, once I found out I got hacked and shit, you know, once I lost my job and shit, I said, I'm not getting no more retwists. So at this point, I was just edging myself up. You know what I'm saying? I decided to edge myself up. I learned how to give myself an edge and shit, right? And that was one of the best things I ever done, was to learn how to give myself an edge. I learned how to cut my own hair and shit. And the more I practiced, the better I got at it. I'm like, okay, I can do this. You know what I'm saying? But the only issue was like, my hair was just, it didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? And just generally when you have dreads and shit, people, they stereotype you. You know what I'm saying? People outside of the black community, and sometimes people in the black community, like if you have dreads and shit, people, they have a judgment on you. They think you like a bad person and shit. Like you see a nigga with dreads, like, you know, that's kind of the stereotype people with dreads have. You know what I'm saying? Especially like white folks or Hispanic or Asian folks, they see a nigga with dreads, they be like, okay, you know, let me be on guard, let me be cautious. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? One reason why I end up cutting my dreads, right? But so another reason why I end up cutting my dreads, right? But yeah, I was cutting my own hair and shit, right? You know, I was doing that shit, this, that, and the third. I was having my dreads and shit. And I was digging my dreads and shit. I liked it and shit. I like just having normal dreads, right? I just liked it, right? But then I was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? What ended up happening next was I went to jail, right? I went to jail. And as I was in jail and shit, you know, I was in the confinement cell, right? When I was in that cell, I learned a lot about myself. You know what I'm saying? You know, I did a lot of thinking. I was like, man, once I get out, you know, I'm really gonna live life to the fullest and shit. But because it was kind of like when I was inside the jail, the confinement cell, I damn near died. I heard a lot of hurtful shit. You know what I'm saying? I was getting treated like shit. So I was like, man, once I get out, I'm really gonna live life. And I was doing that at a point in time. But the more and more as time goes on, the more and more I free, the more and more I kind of come to my realization, like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing a little too much, you know what I'm saying, as far as like having that mindset, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I went to jail, but I'm not going back. You know what I'm saying? And if I do go back, I kind of know like, okay, the shit I'm hearing is not gonna be correct. Like if I ever was to go back, I'm not gonna hear that same type of shit. This, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was to go back, I'll be in a normal room with a cellmate. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go back to a confinement cell, right? So I know if I ever was to go back to jail, it wouldn't be as bad as the confinement cell, all that other shit. And I know I wouldn't hear all that bullshit I was hearing. You know what I mean? Because about more than half the shit I heard in that confinement cell was like made up and false. You know what I'm saying? But it's like it is what it is, right? But anyway, what ended up happening was as I was in a jail confinement, so I was like, you know what, man, I gotta change. You know what I'm saying? I gotta change. You know what I'm saying? Like on the real, like I gotta change. I'm like, man, I'm in this jail because I crashed out. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm in this jail for robbing, this, that, and the third. I was like, man, when I get out, I don't want to ever look back or be that same me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be that same me to rob or to, you know, make music, because my music making also played a role in the treatment I got inside jail. You know what I'm saying? The music I made and shit, it played a role. I said, I'm not going to do no more music. You know what I'm saying? If I would never went to jail, I would still be making music to this day. I quit music for my own well-being and health concerns. You know what I'm saying? But there's been times I've been doing YouTube. YouTube been way more risky than fucking music. Cause while I'm making music, shit, niggas, it seems like when I do YouTube videos, I be like damn near getting in trouble with the law. I like there's been times I've been doing that shit, but I managed to get away and shit. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? When I went to jail, I was like, you know what? I'm going to completely try to just, you know, delete this old version of me. So when I get out, I'm gonna have a new appearance. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do music. I'm just gonna do YouTube videos and shit. I'm gonna be a brand new me. So I cut my hair to restart. You know what I'm saying? To restart and be like, okay, I'm not that same person anymore. You know what I'm saying? I feel like me with dreads, it was a bad. You know what I'm saying? Me with dreads was bad. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what I'm saying. I feel like me with dreads was just bad, so I cut it off to just not look back on it. You know what I'm saying? Just to delete every old version of me. That's the reason why I have a beard now. I totally changed my image. I'm like, I don't want to ever look or be the old me. I don't want to be that old me who is crashing out for the wrong reason. Because, you know, I ain't gonna lie, since I've been out of jail, I should have crashed out. You know, there's a lot of people I should have crashed out. I mean, you got niggas walking up to me, talking shit, trying to fight me and shit. I should have been crashed out since I've been released from jail. I ain't gonna lie, I should have went back to jail. Since I've been released from jail, I should have been back in jail within like the first month of my release. Type shit. You know what I mean? But since, you know, I'm smart and I know that niggas are trying to throw me back in jail and I know I can't stoop down to their level. I know I have to be free, you know, and do the right, correct thing and not let these devils try to put me in that predicament again. That's the reason why. You know what I'm saying? Like, going to jail, that shit had like scarred me. Like, that shit made me want to never like commit a crime again. I ain't gonna lie, like that shit made me want to never like go to jail again. Like that shit made me want to go nowhere near that area. Like it just made me want to just avoid all bad shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to avoid everything bad. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. You know what I mean? So that's the main reason why I cut my dreads. I cut my dreads because for one, you get stereotyped when you have dreads. For two, I forgot to add this in it, is a lot of maintenance. It's maintenance to have dreads. If you don't take care of your dreads, you're fucked. I mean, your hair gonna stink. You know what I'm saying? Gonna have white shit in it. You might have buzz or some shit. Dreads is a lot of maintenance, right? That's another reason why I cut my dreads. So I cut my dreads because of stereotype, maintenance, and jail experience. Those are the main reasons why I cut my dreads, right? And I ain't gonna lie, like right now, this is the most handsome I have ever looked. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just saying that because I'm in the moment. But I think me with a haircut like this and a beard like this, all that other shit, I think I look very handsome. It's either this or the 2-strand twist. You know what I'm saying? It's either one or the other. Personally, I think this is better than a 2-strand twist. Like, I just think, because you know, with a 2-strand twist, I ain't really had the beard. Like, I just had a chin and mustache, you feel me? So, you know, that's just kind of like how it is and shit, you know what I mean? So I think right now I'm the most handsome I've ever been. You know what I'm saying? I'm way more poised. I hardly take offense, you know what I'm saying, to what people try to say and do to me out in public. But it's crazy because, you know, people feel like they can just talk to me any type of way and just live to tell about it. And it's kind of like, you know, I haven't broke yet. I just haven't snapped yet. You know what I'm saying? I haven't gotten in that predicament. And it really just depends on the situation. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I mean, the trash talking has definitely died down. But I would say around like December, January, those were like my worst months dealing with just people. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas felt like they was trying to really like throw me back in jail. So that's kind of like was the situation and shit. But now, you know, it's kind of died down. I feel more normal. I feel more like I'm blended in a lot more. I feel like niggas don't, you know, troll me or nothing like that, like how they used to and shit, and everything's good. So yeah, you know what I mean? That's just the situation and shit. You know what I mean? For those of y'all that are new to this video and probably have never like saw me before, go watch my very first YouTube video, introduction. You know what I'm saying? Introduction. I was wearing an orange shirt. My very first YouTube video. Go watch that video and you will know the gist of what I'm saying. Right? But anyway, yeah, you know what I mean? That's pretty much it, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all enjoyed this YouTube video. The reason why I cut my dreads, man, I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.
My heart